Thank you, Councilman. On behalf of the majority, the chair recognizes Councilman Greenlee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Many may already know that the Chamber of Commerce is filing a federal lawsuit today challenging Bill number 160840, which I sponsored along with Councilwoman Reynolds Brown, and which Council passed unanimously and was signed into law by Mayor Kenny. This law would prohibit employers from asking prospective employees about their wage history and is an attempt to deal with the widely acknowledged wage disparity between men and women. Apparently included in their lawsuit is the allegation that the law infringes on an employer's right to free speech. So in that vein, I know we've heard from a lot of speeches today, but please allow me to exercise my free speech right. Although I am upset at this lawsuit, my upset is tempered somewhat by the fact that, to be honest with you, the Chamber of Commerce just doesn't get it. To start with, they don't even get how to oppose a bill correctly. When we took up this bill last year, the Chamber didn't even appear at the hearing, sent what I would call a rather mild opposition letter with suggested amendments that we at least partially incorporated in the bill. Yet after we unanimously passed the bill, the Chamber, together with Comcast, and I'll get to them in a second, started going ballistic and threatening lawsuits, which they now have done. The Chamber just doesn't get it. The Chamber doesn't get that wage equity is a rapidly growing nationwide issue. The state of Massachusetts has already passed a similar law, and there are many pending laws, including in New York City and San Francisco, and there's even been a bill introduced into the U.S. Congress. And as Councilwoman Reynolds Brown stated during recent budget hearings, the issue is discussed on national morning news shows. The Chamber has stated that the law itself isn't the total problem, but it is, quote, the straw that broke the camel's back, unquote, of laws that burden businesses. Let me first state that while no one's back is being broken by this law, I'm sure there's a lot of women's backs that ache from doing the same job as men and getting paid oftentimes significantly less.
Thank you.
But as far as the city being anti-business, we have passed laws that have helped workers, which the Chamber doesn't get, that many of us feel is a part of our job. But we have done over the years, this council, many things that aid businesses. Tax abatements, TIFs, bids, NIDs, overall approximately 27 tax incentives and credits. And just to mention a few specifically, very quickly, only 1/3 of businesses paid BERT due to the $100,000 exemption and other tax credits that Councilwoman Sanchez championed. Wage tax rates have been slashed over 20%. Net profits tax rates have been slashed over 20% over many years. Gross tax receipts have been slashed over 56%. It is estimated as the years go on with the business-friendly actions that are planned, that the total planned business tax is projected to amount to $582 million in foregone revenue in the next 5 years. So, I think we have shown in lots of ways that we are certainly not business unfriendly. And I must add that it is particularly ironic that the firm that regularly represents Comcast, is filing the lawsuit against the bill. The towering buildings that are just west of us, which we helped with significant tax breaks and incentives, I believe to attest to the fact that we certainly haven't been anti-business. And it is projected that once Tower 2 is completed, that we may give as much as $160 million in tax breaks to Comcast for being here. We're glad that we're here, they're here, but I think we have done our part to help them be here. So I guess I would just wrap up by saying to Comcast and to other businesses to turn the phrase a little bit, with enemies like us, they don't need friends. So, but I guess, again, Chamber and Comcast just doesn't get it. So finally, I guess the Chamber and Comcast thinks that they are showing strength by putting in this lawsuit. And I guess they think as the future goes on, they'll get more respect from us by filing this lawsuit to hold up the ability for women to get paid on an equal basis with men. Let me just finally say, but at least from this member, they won't get it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.